Welcome to Discovering. We're ice fishing on a windy day in Iron County with special guests Jenny Olsen and Jordan Browne from Michigan Out of Doors.
Some pike out on the tip-ups and crappies and gills jigging here in the shanty. It's a lot of fun.
And we'll check out Giant Pine Mountain for a look at what it takes to prepare for the upcoming Continental Cup ski jumps. That's all tonight, so sit back, put your feet up. It's Monday night and time for Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill. The eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
I recently had the pleasure of crossing paths with Michigan Out of Doors hosts Jenny Olsen and Jordan Browne. We spent a morning fishing on an Iron County lake with local fisherman Dave Grondin and friends.
Well, Jordan and I are up here with Michigan Out of Doors TV show. We try to get up to the UP. I mean, we'd love to be here every week, but it's such a long haul from downstate. And just like Brian, we're putting together 52 new shows a year. So it's tough to get away for any length of time. When we come up, we like to come up for a few days if we can. So we're up here doing some fishing. You got some good pike spearing on camera yesterday too, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good trip so far. Every time we get up here, like Jenny said, it's usually try to make it at least a week because we don't get up here that often. But the last couple of years, we've done this winter trip, which has been kind of different. We're always up here in the fall. It's so beautiful up here then, but we've done this winter stuff and really starting to have kind of fun learning the ice fishing and the pike spearing and all the other stuff and the predator prey project and the things in the Crystal Falls area. So it's been fun.
Yep. Good time. First fish of the day. Beautiful UP crappie. Awesome. I just put that down in there. I couldn't even see my jig on the Vexlar yet. And there he is. Beautiful. This is fun. Having fun already. It is challenging though when you kind of have to put all your eggs in one basket on a shoot and make something happen on a certain day at a certain time on a certain lake, and things don't always come together.
Especially in the UP.
That's right.
You know, we're coming from Lansing area and we're driving 8 hours to get up here, and we're just kind of hoping for the best, and we got to do this shoot this day, and the next day we're here, and the next day we're here, and if it's windy like it is today or if it's snowing, we just kind of have to roll with the punches. But we've been lucky so far. So.
Yep. These guys came through today for us for sure out here, but it kind of, I feel like we end up putting a lot of pressure on people saying, hey, we're going to be here on Wednesday morning and we really need to catch some fish. Well, you know, when you're planning that 2 weeks out, you never know what the conditions are going to be like, but we have had some pretty good luck. Things have worked out pretty well up here.
So far, so good.
Yep. Woo! Saved. Nice.
Today we're fishing for bluegill and crappies, and we got some tip-up set out around us for some northern and walleye. We're sitting here in about 12 feet of water here on the edge of this weed line here on the backside here of this bay. Windy today. It seems like whenever Brian and I get together, or Jordan, it's always got to be a windy day. But we're doing the best we can here. It's 20 degrees out here right now with probably about a 12, 14 mile an hour wind. Well, I'm tying a hook back on here. Some monos tied on here, set up for a walleye more than northern, but we're gonna drop her back down there with our crystal bait. Medium-sized sucker minnow. Wind is making things a bit more challenging today, and it isn't just the wind, it's actually cold. We'll try her again, see what happens.
Oh yeah. I think it could be a walleye. There's a pike. Nice. Cool. Boy, you guys definitely have the right spot here, huh?
Well, we don't get you in the UP that often, so we want to make sure you have fun while you're here.
Yeah, when the camera's off, all these guys are doing is making Flatlander jokes and talking about the trolls from below the bridge that come up here. But they're treating us well. Thanks, Dave, for letting me haul in your tip up. Beautiful little pike here. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. It's a little better, eh?
A bunch of bluegills. I've caught 6 smaller bluegills now, and 1 crappie that was small. They're all not big enough to eat, but I'm throwing them back. I don't know if I'm just recycling them or not, but I've got 2 holes here. One for the drop backs, not big, but still a bluegill.
Nothing to write home about, but we're having a blast out here. Jeez, I feel so spoiled. These guys are letting me bring in all their fish.
Oh, yeah.
He's there.
Oh, that's a crusher.
He broke off the hook. Who tied that knot?
Oh, that's a crusher.
Who tied that knot? That one was pulling hard too. Woo! Turn it on, boys. Little guy. Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
There you go. Back to the waters. I'll come next year to catch you. Maybe.
You gotta have it set himself there, I think, on that one.
Oh yeah, just woke him up.
We need a walleye. You're not gonna get it.
No.
Oh, just
Baby.
a baby mud.
Yes! Look at that. Yeah. That right there takes a lot of skill and finesse to be able to feel that bite and hook into that thing. Yeah. That's what I'm going with. Keep it positive.
Today off the swimming area, and we're just getting set up here to try to catch a few fish. Well, after all my guiding, I finally got a chance to do a little bit of fishing here, and they're starting to turn on here. Today I'm just using a little flirty-gurdy and some wigglers. Wigglers grow up to be mayflies. They come out of the mud down there on the bottom of the lake. They're a little more natural than waxworms. Nothing fancy. A little hook, 4-pound test, ultralight rod with a nice flexible bobber. There's one coming in on the graph now. Yeah, we seem to be getting a lot of small bluegill here today. I'm gonna have to move here and try to find a little deeper water, I guess. Battle the wind. It's nice when it's this windy you can sit in a shack and be comfortable, but the fish doesn't seem to be here. There's one more down there. I'll try it again. Another little one. Another little gill. Ooh, they're hammering it now, though. Must be waking up. Large small? Good?
Yep. Oh yeah, throw them back in my hole.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to mess up my hole.
Dave definitely put us on the right spot. We're right on a little drop off here. Oh, there's a hole there. Heavy, but nothing's pulling back.
Wow, she was cranking. I thought for sure you were going to get something this time. Oh, okay, good.
He's sleeping.
Sitting on the bottom. Good job. Good job.
Is that the same one you caught?
I think it is.
Get it?
Dave says they've got a diver down there hooking these fish up for us. I think they hooked the same one. I've never been much of a tip-up angler, but it's fun reeling them in. If you can get somebody to set your tip-ups for you, and all you have to do is run out and bring them in, it's a lot of fun.
Makes it a little easier for you, huh?
Well, this feels like a good one.
Well, something respectable. That one's gonna make it. We got one legal one out of her.
So you don't wait for him to stop, you just kind of grab it and set the hook.
on there, not no steel leader.
What do I do?
Go slow, just work them slow, don't try to yank them out.
Okay, a little bigger.
Well, the wind was on and off all morning, but it was still a great day to be on the ice. A special thanks to Dave and the crew for taking us out and putting us on the fish. Catching bluegills, crappies, and pike on a small UP lake and swapping TV stories with Jenny and Jordan is not a bad way to spend a day in my book.
This is really fun to be out here. We don't get to the UP nearly as often as we'd like to, and I think when we come, at least I feel like we drive a long way to get up here, and sometimes we feel like we have to do all this kind of high adventure stuff with bigger fish, but there's something to be said about just sitting out on a little lake in the middle of nowhere in the UP and picking away at these panfish. It's a blast out here. It's peaceful, it's fun. We got a big group of good guys out here, and the best part is Jordan's running the camera.
On February 20th and 21st, Pine Mountain will once again host the International Ski Federation Continental Cup Ski Jumps. Anxious fans will fill the spectator area to cheer on ski jumpers from around the world as they face off with the giant hill. I paid a visit to Pine Mountain to find out what it takes to make this happen.
We already have our landing hill prepared. We made all the snow for the landing hill, and it just needs a final grooming. But today is snowing the scaffold day.
Last one here. Okay. Where it's easier shoveling on that.
Pine Mountain Resort next door made all the snow for snowing the scaffold.
Yeah, bring her down, buddy.
So the snow is dumped into the box. There is no bottom in that box. And as you pull it up the hill, the gravity feeds out the bottom just with a little agitation from shovels from the men that are riding that box. And that we use that box till we get up to the start gate area, and then the start gate area, the track area becomes narrower. So we switch out to another box that's we call it a toboggan, but it's similar to what a mud box that a mason mixed his mud in years ago. So we dump again snow into the mud box, come up into the start gate area, and it has to be physically shoveled out of that box to snow the start gate area. As soon as that's done, we're going to strike it off, kind of like you would a concrete sidewalk. Strike it off so it's all flat. And once that's done, the fire department is here, and we run a hose all the way to the top of the hill from that fire truck and water the scaffold down. So we probably put around 2,000 gallons of water on the scaffold because we want an icy surface. And of course today that's going to freeze up in a heartbeat. And we start at the top, work our way to the bottom. And once that watering process is done, then our job is done for the day. And in this kind of temperatures, everything will be hard as a rock tomorrow. FIS, Federation of International Skiing, requires that we ice that down and that we cut a track in it. And the track is very durable because it is basically like an ice rink. And unless you get some really warm weather, we never have to touch that track again, other than maybe blow a little fresh snow out of it. Well, and the track is cut. We set up a laser on the takeoff, which will shoot a straight line up the hill. And then we have some guide boards for our track cutter. The track cutter has some cutting heads on it, kind of like a big dado head if you were dadoing out a piece of wood. So the two dado heads on there, it's got a gas engine on it. And with the laser, we set guide boards which make sure that track cutter stays centered and perfectly straight coming down the hill. And there's once we're rolling and the guide boards are in place, it's just letting the machine do the work and cutting the ice, and you end up with two grooves that are probably 5 inches wide and about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches deep, and that's your track. And then once the track is all in place, it's a matter of putting a few bows on the scaffold so there's a little bit of depth perception for the skiers. And the same thing on the landing hill is another job here coming up in the next day or so, is putting bows on the landing hill for depth perception. The bows on the landing hill are also placed at every 5 meters so that the video marking system will have something to go by, and that's how the skiers are marked nowadays. Instead of having people out there doing it visually, it's actually done electronically now.
How's the weather today?
a little chill. We're gonna wait until it gets windy.
That's awesome.
The 2016 Bellin Health Pine Mountain Continental Cup is going to be a great weekend. We have 10 countries that are going to join us for the competition.
Pine Mountain, it's a good hill, it's a perfect hill. It's a very difficult hill, but if you have the wind, it's very perfect.
It is one of the greatest hills I have ever jumped. It's really great, the atmosphere, so many spectaculars here. It's really great. Good job.
The schedule for the weekend, we are anticipating trial rounds starting at 11 o'clock with the competition at 1 o'clock. That's both Saturday and Sunday. The opening ceremony will be on Saturday at 12:30, so come on out and surround the outrun. We would look forward to all the great tailgating fans, ski jumping fans to join us for that. If you have any questions at all about how to get into the gates or anything like that, please call the ski club at 779-1110. Again, it's a tailgating bonanza. The bigger the party, the better as far as we're concerned. Just be safe and have a great weekend.
Also coming up this weekend, the Boundary Waters Muskie Club will be holding their 8th annual expo on Saturday the 20th at Recreation Lanes in Iron Mountain. The event will feature raffles, tackle sales, and swaps, and presentations by guest speakers. The Ontonagon Valley Sportsman's Club Predator Roundup runs from the 18th till the 21st, with registration and check-in at Hoppy's Bar in Kenton. Contact information for any of these events can be found at 906outdoors.com, then click on Discovering. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week right here on Discovering.